Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2. As today we once again hurry up and wait, though sadly it seems like we might not be getting what we're waiting for. We are currently waiting for our operations points to hit 105 so we can go ahead and recruit the last operative in Africa, unlock that sales bonus, and get our finances sorted, but I have also been informed that apparently those accessibility modifiers shuffle every 10 days. Meaning that they are shuffling on day 51. So, unless we get really lucky with where they land, we might have to change our plans, but I guess we'll see. Alien probe, easy prey. Nice, come on back. And new recruits on site. A big raider welcome to Alois, just in time, Addy Des, Epic Seymore, Henrik Reimer, and Douglas Adder Yoke. Sorry, the nickname wouldn't fit. But, yeah. Glad to have you on board. Try not to die. I was going to hold off on new recruits, but, that last couple of jobs kind of pushed us into the red on available manpower. Alien magnetic weapons. There are a variety of different magnetic weapons employed by the extraterrestrials, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses, but all appear to utilize the same coil gun technology to accelerate their projectiles. The design is relatively straightforward. The barrel contains a linear arrangement of electromagnetic rings, which flip polarity as the bullet passes through them, first pulling it toward the ring, then pushing it away. High rates of fire remain possible, as the electronics in the gun can time this process to the microsecond. Aside from their greater muzzle velocity, magnetic weapons thus act much like conventional firearms. This even applies to their ammunition, which bears a striking resemblance to human equivalents, and inflicts almost indistinguishable wounds. I believe this is deliberate. The extraterrestrials almost certainly have access to more deadly weapons than these, as a coil gun is a relatively low-tech solution for a species capable of interstellar travel. One suspects they are sacrificing firepower for subterfuge. Sadly, the aliens have taken precautions to prevent us turning their own weapons against them. The trigger mechanism is DNA locked to the intended user, something easily defeated in a laboratory, but not on the battlefield. Nonetheless, we have still learned a great deal from studying them. Indeed, it should be relatively straightforward, even by the low standards of our engineering department, to manufacture similar electromagnetics from alien alloys and create barrel accelerators that boost the damage of our own firearms. Nice. Very repulsive, thank you. Which, of course, unlocks a bevy of slightly upgraded weapons for us, including accelerated cannons, a nice step up for our interceptors. Though likely a very expensive one. Oof, yeah, 250. So between that and a second interceptor, we need 750,000. How about the captured... shoot, no. Yeah, I guess that would have been too easy. Based on the way they wrote that log entry, I was kind of hoping that since we had in fact now brought the magnetic weapons back to the lab, we could have potentially unlocked them as an easy, free upgrade, but alas, such is not to be. They remain mere vendor trash. I mean, I suppose you could argue that they're not designed for human hands. There is a reason that the cleaners use separate magnetic rifles. Ones that we can use. Let's go ahead and get another project going, and between the three we have available, I think, leaning Alenium. Aerial warfare is one we really should get to, but I want to say the first tier, at least, this step, just unlocks basic missiles, which would also cost money to implement, so given that we already have a lot of stuff we need to purchase before we even get to that point. We'll lead with Alenium, since I feel like that's the, the gateway research to a lot of other projects. Come on, RNG. Be kind. Oh, come on, man. Alright, well, it was the exact opposite of kind, and it has in fact made the one operative we wanted less accessible. Like, significantly less accessible. Well beyond our current price range. Honestly, this reshuffle's pretty brutal. The operatives we gained easy access to are mostly ones we've already recruited, with 2 exceptions. And we are only 10 days out from our second paycheck, so this might actually be worth grabbing, now that we can get it. Yeah, I mean, we can afford it right now. Gets us one step closer towards that training bonus, at least. And now we push for day 61. See just how much of a difference that actually made. Oh. Or we do this. Cleaner Convoy Ambush. The mysterious cleaners are moving supplies into this region. Ambushing their forces will foil their nefarious plans, and may allow us to improve our own supply situation. Right, I remember this one from early access. It lets you capture cleaner supplies, which are worth a large quantity of cash. Though again, the downside is that I think you do still have to resell them, which would benefit from that Africa regional bonus. Oh, man. Though in theory it might swing back around on day 61, so, fingers crossed, I guess. Either way, we're obviously doing this. Give me a sec to see what kind of team we can scrape together. And we're back. Team set. And I went heavy on rookies this time out. Since, unless things have changed since early access, we should just be up against basic cleaner agents. That is literally the least threatening of the enemies we could potentially face, outside of maybe those new symbiotes. Also, since our main goal, of course, is to take those supplies intact, I've gone ahead and swapped out the Grenadier on this one. And we've doubled up on snipers instead. That said, let's get this done. Good luck, Raiders. To those who are about to die, etc., etc. Cleaner forces are moving supplies into a region to expand their local operations. Ambushing and destroying the convoy will prevent this from occurring, and may allow us to capture the supplies for our own use. Eliminate all hostile units. Each truck contains $100,000 of cleaner supplies that will be recovered on victory, unless the truck is destroyed. Hostile units have 50% of their time units during your first turn. So yes, we have a massive advantage on this one. Oh, right, yeah, because we also, on top of all that other stuff, we also get to set our guys up on ambush. Lovely. And look at that, we've got a perfectly placed cliff face. Looking straight down the line. Only 3 trucks though, so I mean only $300,000, but we'll certainly take it. First things first. We'll set our 2 snipers on Overwatch. We've got 2 rocks here, so we'll have 1 behind each. And then, given that there's no real sort of, group morale system or anything, we'll just sort of focus on the front and push back. If there was a full-on morale system, we'd come at them from multiple angles and see if we could just get them all to freak out by shooting at them from all over the place, but But that's not really how it works, at least not in Xenonauts 2. So instead, we will focus almost entirely on the front half first, cut off the back with smoke grenades, and then just slowly work our way down the line. Our main goal on round 1 will basically just be to clear this first truck. Yeah, which will be 5 targets. Should be able to do that. Though, of course, we are, as always, beholden to the RNG. We'll also go for caps where possible, but that's a secondary concern. I mean, honestly, even just capturing the trucks, along with all these corpses and SMGs. Well, technically, I suppose most of these guys are actually carrying rifles, which are ironically, worth nothing to us. But even with all the other stuff that does count, once we get that Africa bonus, that's a cool 500k. That's our interceptor right there. Alright, I think we're just about set. Let's do this. Flashbangs out. They said they're at half turn units, but they did not say they would not shoot back. So we will lock down the ones who are most likely to reflex fire. Yeah, that's fine. Would have been nice to get the guys on the front of the second truck as well, but we'll kill them quick. Oh. Wow, I really thought that would do more damage, but fair enough. Right, I've got to remember the ones with vests have more resistance. So, in theory, these guys should be easier targets. Like, for the lower penetration weapons. Whereas the armor will do nothing to stop stun. One out. Coming in on the other side. Wow, yeah. Even those basic Kevlar vests are taking a lot of the bite out of our ballistics. Might need to bump up to magnetic sooner rather than later. Alright, let's get that smoke out. Chop the battlefield in half. This is the part where you were supposed to fall down. Someone's about to get shot. Alright. Hold. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, that I was not expecting. Flanker pushing up on right. Oh, gosh. Yvreth, you good? I don't know if she just dropped. No, she's... Ooh, yeah, that was way too close, my goodness. She's still up for the moment, but not in great shape. Let's push back. We need to get Rough patched as well, but he'll have to circle around to the other side. Oh, for goodness sake. Alright, could someone please finish this guy? I don't care if he lives. Trees are a bit of a problem, just push up. There we go. Oh, for goodness sake, guys, please. Reb moving in. Look, man, you've got no one but yourself to blame on that. I tried to take you alive. You just wouldn't have it. Rough swings round. Alois will not be able to heal him this round, but he will survive 2. Assuming he's not shot again. Alright, bud. Just, neutralize this guy and you should be okay. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. I want to say we've hit that guy like 4 times now, right? And down he goes. See, it's times like that I really miss having a visible health bar. But I think we're okay. Alois, if you don't mind. We'll patch him next round. And, yeah, why not? Ah, yeah, that's fair. It was a coin toss. Hold. Hang in there, Ruff. Oh, God. And your breath. Wow, she cannot catch a break. Nice. Oh, okay. I guess he decided he wasn't flanking after all. We will absolutely take it. Patch Rough. And get back to trimming. Target out. How you doing on visibility? Not great. Let's take you right up to the edge. I mean, at the very least, they're helping us maintain visibility up and down the line. Makes it a lot easier to plan. Nice. Alright, you rep, let's go ahead and reposition you. Probably should have done that after you got shot the first time. But I was hoping you would shoot them back, which obviously is not how that played out. Target's locked. Addy pushing up. Oop, don't like that. Sir, that was very rude. We've still got Rough, still got Reb. Let's clear this guy. We're gonna lay down more smoke as well. Yeah, tag this guy, then drop smoke. Actually. Pot shot? Hey, yeah, okay. Threat gauged. Guy on the tree will hopefully fire into Justin. And Ruff will just reposition. Hold. Oh. Tricky. But alas, it seems the RNG has abandoned ye. Oh, wow. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, seems like we pretty much win at this point. Thanks for coming out. You know, that would have sounded a lot better if you'd actually fallen over. You Brad, can you get an angle? It feels like you should be able to. Sorry, man. I mean, look, I went for live cap, but apparently you'd rather be caught dead. Oh, shoot, did I just block you in? Yeah, I guess I did. That's okay. You're hurt, so hanging back's not a bad idea. We'll have you lay down smoke. In fact, let's see if we can cut him off on both sides. Nice, nice. And rough. Just need to pull Addy back first. Hey, bonus. Fall back. Yeah, that's what I thought. Knew there was another guy over there. Alright, rough. Yeah, alright. I mean, Addy'll take some stun, but that's better than taking bullets. I really should get gas masks on the shieldmen, since they're usually up front. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Supplies, mother trucker. Oh, that was not a good show. Fun meme, though. I mean, look, it started okay, but it really fell off after the first couple of seasons. Which is going to happen when you immediately split away from the original source material. Not that I think they really would have been much better if they'd stuck to that either, because for those of you who have not tried to read the novels Dexter is based on, they go full Eldritch, so if they had decided to pursue that, it would have been a very different show. Which, might have been better. Who knows? Come on, Justin. Hey, I ain't got time for that. Though he is also completely out of ammo, so I guess he's just moving cover at this point. We could have him grab a weapon, but honestly, I feel like he's better off just covering for Alois. Since, really, we're down to our last 2, maybe 3 at this point. By the time he grabs a gun, the fight is already done. Hold. Yeah, 3. And now we are done. Oh, shoot, right. Gotta pay attention to those ammo counters. Wirth should have an angle on this guy. No, wait. That's too far? Yes, there we go. Lovely. And then there were two. Down to one. And none. Could go for cap, but sorry, bud, just not worth the risk. Yeah, that wasn't awful, but it was definitely a bit messier than it really should have been. I really underestimated how much those Kevlar vests would take the bite out of our bullets. But, once we adjusted, obviously things went a whole lot smoother. Oh wow, we actually got 6 cleaner supplies, so 2 per truck. And we did it with only 2 serious injuries. Stanley Ruff, who gets a Crimson Heart for his trouble, whilst Douglas Yoke has a fantastic first outing with a Crux Solaris. Nicely done. Which is a bit wild, because it really did feel like he was struggling a bit more with line of sight than Henrik was. And poor Wirth. Another 3 weeks on bed rest, but better that than dead. Come on back, guys. Obviously, we're going to sit on those seized supplies until we unlock the Africa bonus, which honestly, at this point, if it doesn't... Well, we'll see what happens on day 61. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. Alenium Power. There are several methods one can use to draw out the vast reserves of power contained within Alenium, each varying greatly in efficiency and complexity. The easiest method of extracting energy is simply to place a pair of electrodes anywhere on the Alenium crystal, literally plugging it into a circuit as if it were a battery. The substance will then output a constant flow of electricity that is proportional to the size of the sample used. Unfortunately, this process will also cause it to radiate away significant amounts of excess energy as light and heat. This is merely wasteful and inefficient when using small quantities of Alenium, but with larger amounts, it begins to become dangerous. This approach is thus best suited for use in smaller devices, such as the weapons and equipment used by your soldiers. Although energy efficiency is less than 30%, the space efficiency and the low overall weight usually make up for this. By contrast, in situations where size and weight are less of a constraint, one can achieve greater safety and performance by constructing a reactor around the Alenium. This captures the excess heat and converts it into electricity, which almost doubles the effectiveness of the process. Indeed, the extraordinary energy output of these reactors may allow a quantum leap in the performance of our aircraft. I shall shortly begin preparing research proposals for new craft capable of putting them to use. Yet most efficient of all are nitrogen-cooled Alenium generators, which add delicate arrays of photovoltaic cells to bring conversion rates of energy into electricity up above 80%. Though far too bulky for general use, one suspects that they would make an excellent replacement for the diesel turbines in our existing generator rooms. Nice work, Doc. I had my doubts, but another glowing review. More power to you. I realized too late that I did not do nearly enough wordplay during that fight. I was too focused on just trying not to die. Which unlocks laser weaponry, but no actual new aircraft. Interesting. Though I suppose it would be a bit early to already be giving us our Tier 2 interceptors or dropship. I think those are gated behind shooting down more advanced UFOs, which of course we'll need at least 2 interceptors to actually accomplish. plus missiles, so I mean we should probably go ahead and get those researched. Oh yeah, we're not even close on the Alenium generators. We'll need to shoot down at least 2 more scout ships for that. All right, let's push up to day 61. Collect our pay, see where the accessibility modifiers move. And that, I think, will be a good place to call it. Because at that point, we'll know exactly how much money and what operative modifiers we're dealing with. $680? Okay, we'll take it. Not enough for anything super expensive like a training room, but that is enough to get an interceptor started. Okay, yeah, also just wanted to double check how much it costs to maintain our soldier roster. 10,000 per is not bad. It does add up though, so in theory we should probably start working towards unlocking the Soviet Union bonus as well. Reduced upkeep costs. Though obviously the Africa one takes precedence, and it is slightly more accessible now. Not easily accessible, but in theory, within 7 days? 8? Honestly, I feel like that might be our best bet, though we should also really start knocking out some of these infiltrators. They're getting up to the point where it'll be pretty pricey to get them removed. We should also at least consider the discounted Soviet operatives. But man, it would be so nice to get that extra 30% on trade goods. Plus, I suppose, the faster build times. I mean, 5%'s not much, but it's not nothing either. Especially since we're going to be dogpiling a bunch of projects on top of each other shortly. The interceptor, the accelerated cannons, the missiles, magnetic weapons. Oh, yeah. And I mean, at this point, with that bonus, we'd be pulling in over $1 million. So, yes, I think that pretty much clinches it. I think we are going to hold out for the Africa bonus, which in theory we should have by day 68, before the bonuses change again. We'll also go ahead and get that second interceptor started. Given that we are headed into month 3 here, I suspect we'll be seeing something a little sturdier than scouts before too much longer. Which will be done about the same time we get that Africa bonus. So yeah, we can do that. Then we can do both of the interceptor upgrades, which would actually leave us enough for our first training room too. Plus a few magnetics. Yeah, all right. That's not bad. I mean, I'll have to crunch the exact numbers so we've got a better idea of exactly where that'll leave us. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. Things are starting to shape up. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I will go take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, set up a new temporary squad. A lot of raiders in the mix. Got to make sure they all get rotated in and out. You know, at least a little time out in the field until they retire, quote unquote. I mean, look, it's bound to happen sooner or later. We've cut it way too close, way too often, for our luck to hold out forever. But yeah, we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Arrow Bowman, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Lady Shayna, Mark Giemza, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Rowan Church, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.